guilty to these charges, man. Hey, Hammer Nation, Diddy's in he's in hot water, man. Anybody else wants to vote? Come on in and vote. Will the judge grant Diddy bail? Will the judge allow him to have bail? Come on, Hammer Nation. Will the judge grant him bail? Actually, just a second. Yeah, I don't think he'll get bail, Jose. I don't think he'll get bail. I don't think he'll get bail. Come on, man. Yeah, he's been indicted. He's been indicted, man. Yeah. I never thought I would see the day Diddy in jail. I never thought I would see the day Diddy locked up. I would never thought I would see this day, Jose. No, I would never thought I would see the day Diddy locked up. Hey, Spidey! Hey, Spidey! Diddy's locked up, man. What do you say, Spidey? Huh? He's locked up, man. I never thought I would see the day he get locked up, Spidey. You know, Spidey. I'm just sad. I'm not sad for him. I'm just sad because of the yeah. I'm going to CNN, Spidey. Just a minute. What's up, Spidey? Still catching criminals, Spidey? You still tracing Dr. Octopus and all them other villains? What are you doing, Spidey? What are you doing, Spidey? Yeah, he's in trouble, man. He's in trouble. Let me turn you off here. Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble, Spidey, man. Oh, come on, man. Yeah.
Ability to defend itself. And
oh, you picked out little Spidey from school? I'll try to get out the Spidey.
And I support the need for Palestinians to have dignity, self-determination, and security as we move forward and get a two-state deal
There you
done.
go.
But right now, the thing we need to get done is this hostage deal and this ceasefire deal. We need a ceasefire. We need the hostage deal.
I want to switch gears to racial justice, Madam Vice President. Last month, you eulogized Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee.
Yeah.
Jackson Lee's signature bill, a few, was H.R. 40, which would create a commission to study the history of U.S. slavery and study the issue of reparations. She introduced H.R. 40 every session of Congress, taking up the mantle from Congressman John Conyers. This is a bill that you have co-sponsored as a U.S. Senator.
You know?
Yet, this has, despite the fact that this has been, similar commissions have been created on the state level and on the local level, is yet to pass in Congress, let alone come out of committee. Congresswoman Jackson Lee, Congresswoman Barbara Lee, and other advocates have called for President Biden to take executive action to create this commission. Would you, as president, take executive action to create this commission, or do you believe that it should happen in Congress?
Well, first of all, just as you mentioned, Sheila Jackson Lee, she was an extraordinary leader who we just recently lost, and she was a friend and a real champion for so many issues. So I feel compelled to say that about her. On the issue of what we need to do going forward, look, first of all, we just need to speak truth about history, in spite of the fact that some people are trying to erase history and try and teach our children otherwise. We need to speak truth about the generational impact of our history, in terms of the generational impact of slavery, the generational impact of redlining, of Jim Crow law. I could go on and on and on. These are facts that have had impact.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And we need to speak truth about it. And we need to speak truth about it in a way that is about deriving solutions. And frankly, I think that we, and part of that is studying it to figure out exactly what we need to do. But part of what we can do right now is, for example, what I'm talking about in terms of building an opportunity economy, which is addressing explicitly the obstacles that historically and currently exist and dealing with them. Student loan debt, medical debt, bias in home appraisals. What we need to do in terms of dealing with an issue that I have championed for years, Black maternal mortality, which is the fact that Black women are 3 to 4 times more likely to die in connection with childbirth than other women. And we know that the reasons for that include disparities that pre-exist her pregnancy, including disparities that exist in the system during her pregnancy. So all of those things must be addressed.
Do you have a position on whether that should happen, this commission should happen through executive order or via Congress?
I think Congress ultimately will have the ability to do this work. I'm not discounting the importance of any executive action, but ultimately Congress. Because if you're going to talk about it in any substantial way, there will be hearings, there will be a level of public education and dialogue that, and I think that was part of the spirit behind the congressional action thus far, to ensure that everyone can participate in this conversation in a way that elevates knowledge about history and the reference points that are the impetus of the conversation. Especially, again, when people are trying to deny history. When people are, so-called leaders are saying that enslaved people benefited from slavery. I mean, let's talk about the Delta here in terms of the work that needs to be done. It's profound.
Madam Vice President, I want to move to Springfield, Ohio, and what's happening there. We've seen school closures, parents worried about their kids leaving the home because of racist conspiracy theories that I won't repeat here, but they have been repeated by leaders on the Republican side, President Trump, former President Trump, and Vice Presidential nominee J.D. Vance. From your perspective, is this just a case of irredeemable racism that can't be mitigated by any rational action, or is this a situation in which a federal response could help this community heal? There's a question of resources and,
Well, no, I'll let you finish and then I'll speak. It's a crying shame. I mean, my heart breaks for this community. You know, there were children, elementary school children, who it was school photo day. You remember what that's like? Going to school on picture day?
He's locked up. I would never thought I would see the day, man.
Dressed up in their best, got all ready, knew what they were going to wear the night before, and had to be evacuated. Children. A whole community put in fear.
No, I never thought I would.
And I'll say a couple things about it. One, you know, I learned a long time ago in my career, having a background as a prosecutor. When you have these positions, when you have that kind of microphone in front of you, you really ought to understand at a very deep level how much your words have meaning.
You got that right, Spike.
I learned at a very young stage in my career.
I don't know what to say, man.
The meaning of my words could impact whether somebody was free or in
He got in
prison.
trouble, but he never learned his lesson.
As Attorney General, I was of California,
It's gonna get bad for him.
fifth largest economy in the world.
It's gonna get bad
I was
for him.
acutely aware that my words could move
It's gonna
markets.
get bad for him. You know?
When you are
Hey,
bestowed
Spidey.
with a microphone that is that big, there is a profound responsibility that comes with that. That is an extension of
Are you a managing
what should not be lost in this moment, this concept of the public trust.
Let me see if you're a
To then
managing God. I'm gonna make you one, Spidey.
Understand what the public trust means. It means that you have been invested with trust to be responsible in the way you use your words, much less how you conduct yourself. And especially when you have been and then seek to be again President of the United States of America. And so I go back to, it's a crying shame, literally. What's happening to those families, those children in that community, not to mention what is happening in terms of, look, you say you care about law enforcement resources being put into this because of these serious threats that are being issued against a community that is living a productive, good life before this happens. And spewing lies that are grounded in tropes that are age old. And look, I said it not very far from here the other day at the debate.
Anybody wants to come up and talk about this, man?
This is not new. This is not new in terms of these tropes. This is not new in terms of where it's coming from.
Talk about this, man.
And, you know, whether it is refusing to rent to people, rent to Black families, whether it is taking out a full-page ad in the New York Times against 5 innocent Black and Latino teenagers, the Central Park 5, calling for their execution. Whether it is referring to the first Black president of the United States with a lie, birther lies. And look, the American people deserve, and I do believe want better than this. I do believe that. I know. The vast majority of us as Americans know we have so much more in common than what separates us. I know that. I know that regardless of someone's background, their race, their gender, their geographic location, I know that people are deeply troubled by what is happening to that community in Springfield, Ohio. And it's got to stop. And we've got to say that you cannot be entrusted with standing behind the seal of the President of the United States of America, engaging in that hateful rhetoric that, as usual, is designed to divide us as a country is designed to have people pointing fingers at each other. It's designed to do that.
Yeah, I never thought I would see
And
the
I think
day
most people in our country, regardless of their race, are starting to see through this nonsense and to say, you know what, let's turn the page on this. This is exhausting and it's harmful and it's hateful and grounded in some age-old stuff that we should not have the tolerance for. So let's turn the page and chart a new way forward and say, you can't have that microphone again.
Madam Vice President, I'm switching gears again.
Okay.
Quick question. I want to talk to you about gun control. So you've said you support an assault weapons ban and universal background checks, and we actually learned during the debate that you are a gun owner. But in cities like Philadelphia, handguns are responsible for most homicides and violent crime. The most recent FBI data shows handguns were involved in 59% of murders in our country. How will you address the issue of the use of handguns? Because a push for an assault weapons ban only addresses a significant but small part of the problem.
So, first of all, yes, I am a gun owner, and Tim Walz is a gun owner, and we're not trying to take anybody's guns away from them. But we do need an assault weapons ban. Assault weapons are designed to kill a lot of human beings quickly and have no place, I'm gonna get to it.
Yes.
And have no place on the streets of a civil society. We need universal background checks, which, to your point about handguns, is about saying that it is just reasonable to want reasonable gun safety laws that say we should do background checks, that we ought to know. It's just reasonable. You might want to know before someone can buy a lethal weapon.
I'm cutting that off. He pled not guilty. I knew he would. I knew he was going to say he was not going to be guilty of these charges. He pled not guilty, folks. I'm not surprised he said that. He said he was going to plead not guilty, and that's what he did. That's what he did. He pled not guilty. Man, I'm going to have some dinner, but this is ridiculous. Hey, Spidey, you still there? You there, Spidey? Oh, man. Oh, man. The diddler is the... I wonder if the judge is going to give him bail. The state says he should remain in jail. Yeah, he's locked up. I'll be right back, Hammer Nation. not guilty, folks. He pled not guilty, man. Man, this is sad, man. I never thought I would see the day Diddy locked up. I never thought I would see Joe Spidey's comments. The diddler is the boogeyman. Yup. Yeah. I never thought I would see the day Diddy locked up, man. Yup. I would never thought I would see the day Diddy locked up. Yeah. He's locked up. Yeah. This is sad. Sad, man. I'll see y'all in a minute.